Of the things you could write songs about, like lost love, heartache, fast cars, alcohol abuse, drug abuse, politics, war, the abortions, that kind of thing that everyone writes songs about. It, to me, it's writing songs about someone like Spoon Man. It's kind of more interesting, more fun, change of pace.
Being nominated for Grammy, I don't think it's going to affect us in the slightest bit.
Yeah, I think the first sign you'll see of that is when we all start getting facial reconstructive surgery. When we come out.
Well, I don't feel I've changed at all.
If you play the record backwards, it has a different message altogether.
Yeah, it says buy your mother flowers.
And we were talking about what you guys don't want to talk about. You don't want to talk about anything except for maybe cats.
Well, so you know what? We don't really want to talk about cats. What the Grammys really think is what counts. I guess we're heavy metal. Guys, we're heavy metal.
As of now?
Yeah.
It's official. We're heavy metal.
Okay, it's official.
Do you think the bands only have one or two people riding based on how they're limiting themselves?
I think they suck.
Seattle.
Do you guys consider yourself visionaries?
I consider myself to be a visionary.
I consider myself.
I consider Chris to be a visionary only in that he recognizes me as a visionary.
Well, I recognize myself foremost as a visionary. I mean, you come in sort of secondary visionary, but you wouldn't be able to see that really,
Yeah.
Had a chance to see any of the other bands play at all?
I've seen everybody except Lush so far.
Who's the best? Who did you like the best?
Soundgarden.
Who'd you like second best?
Soundgarden, I think, was good. They came in like a close second to us.
Navy training dolphins to kill divers.
Very cool.
Yeah. Jeff Smulyan dating Monica Hart.
Man, what are you doing with that guy? Yeah. You haven't called me in weeks.
It's flattering to be influential, but it's like if you go to the store and you buy a really nice dress, and then you go to a party and some other bitch is wearing your dress. Even though you might like her, maybe she was your old roommate or something, but it's still, you wish you wouldn't wear it because you bought it first.
Soundgarden is a state of mind. Soundgarden is a frame of time.
Soundgarden is a sub-reference.
It's more of an essence than a sum or matter. It's more of an afterthought.
It's kind of a loose steering wheel.
It's
Mischievous yet playful.
It's a tear from an eye dreaming.
An ancient evil awakened to slaughter his family. A mythical quest was revealed. Treacherous perils await. Lovers bound by destiny. Darkness gathers as a new game begins. One man's rage will shape worlds. Cordrath, The Awakening. Only on Indiegogo. Back it now!
I told that moron not to take out my Tchaikovsky tape. No matter, let's get started. Here we are, Nancy Moon. The last time we left our heroine, she had just joined my esteemed colleagues at level M. And the soldier who don't stop talking, a magician with money issues, a vampire with a checkered past. But there are other teammates she's yet to meet. One in particular might be a little bit shocking for her. I do hope she's not allergic. Back it today, won't you? Like right now.
Pardon me and my tone. You can't step to my throne. They ain't working like me. I did this on my own. You asking where we been, huh? I don't know where to begin, huh? All this dirt on my skin. I just came here to win. I'm more than a man, I'm a monster. Somebody call a pastor, doctor. I got a 6 sense for imposters. So now I'm coming for the whole roster. It's not a game while you playing with me. You could double back, lose track, try and hang with me. It must be in my veins, something you can't tame, cause I break the chains. You can't control me. I got the power. I got the keys. Cause I break the chains.
Take your fulfillment back, cause I don't think it comes in a box. I think it shots them to here. They're fucking hacks. So look up and smell the shit hitting the fan. It's all the master plan. You want a number and that, but you don't care and you'll toss me up, cause I'll make you think. Spin right in my face and just a stupid kid with nothing but frustration. I trace and I'm not satisfied with the way that I've been lied to. There's nothing I can do by myself. Oh. I wish I wasn't alone and maybe second guess myself less. I wish I loved my home, but I feel like oil and water. Spit right in my face and put me in my place. I'm just a stupid kid with nothing but frustration. I trace and I'm not satisfied with the way that I've been lied to. There's nothing I can do by myself. Oh. And it pollutes my head instead. Setting me free, all we know is a lie. You're goddamn right, I'm taking the head. I was born in the death blood of this culture. You're goddamn right, I'm sick of this shit. And I refuse your invitation to sit down. Spin right in my face and put me in my place. I'm just a stupid kid with nothing but frustration, and I chase it. I'm not satisfied. I can't stop wondering if this is the end. Will it all be up to me? Or will I have a friend? No, but I can't stop wondering if this is the end. Will it all be up to me? Or will I have a friend? I can't stop wondering if the sky is black. And will it all fade into blue? Just like the memory of you. We're all the same, but we talk in different ways. Just like we used to while we're staring at the sun. It waves, and you know it's the truth. I won't ask you anymore. I won't ask you anymore. Whoa. Yeah, yeah. Whoa. Yeah, yeah.
Guess who stepped on the scene? I got greatness all in my jeans. Ain't no way that I can slow down. I'm laced up, look how I shake the ground. Can't touch the crown, but you can kiss the ring. Close your eyes and see how I live a dream. I'm too smooth, MJ with the lean. Don't be fooled, I can't be with the team. This is over their heads, how high can it go? I'm too over the edge, got my eyes on the goal. And we right back at it, keep them right on their toes. Look at the way that I move, this is all that I know. Cause I got the drive, I put it in gear. Line them up, I don't see no competitor scene. If it ain't first place, we really can't settle for it. Listen up, listen up. Get ready for it. Get ready for it. Listen up, listen up. Get ready for it. Get ready, let's go. Get ready, get me running this show. Get ready.
Somewhere, somehow, someone, somewhere, somehow, someone. I fight with fire as I watch them conspire to blow my world apart. Between the light and the endless night, you will always be in my heart. We fight the night. We fight the night. Fight the night. We fight the night. Somewhere, somehow, someone, somewhere, somehow, someone, somewhere, somehow, someone, somewhere, somehow, someone. Somewhere, somehow, someone, 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 somewhere.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of Comicsgate Commandos, number 21, ladies and gentlemen. How we fucking doing tonight? Let me introduce my co-host and honestly the man of the hour tonight, Mr. and Colonel Carbon Heart.
Hail.
What's up, Carbon? How you doing, man?
Hail Comicsgate.
Exactly.
Hail chat.
Hail the chat, indeed. As we get going here, let's see who's in said chat. Mr. Self-Destruct says, "Look like Katie got a strike by Matt Bear." I keep saying Bar. Matt Bar. Wait, is it? It's Bar.
We can, well, it is Bar, but we can call him Matt Bear from now on. That's fine.
I honestly, I've known of him for like 3 years now. I don't know why I keep mispronouncing his name, but
He's not that memorable, other than being a douchebag.
You're right. You're right. Mr. Self-Destruct says a lot of people moving differently. Trademark 2024. You're damn right. There was a comment I tried to put up, which didn't work because YouTube rejected the comment, and then I repeated it, and it worked. I edited it slightly. That says I don't have anything witty. I'm sorry. Mr. Self-Destruct says, "Read your book today. Great pacing. Ready for round 2." Dude, thank you. You know what? In regards to those comments, I'll get to those a little bit later. The Squid says, "Hey yo, what's up, Mr. Squid? How you doing, dog?" We also have Dekar in the chat here. Dekar, could you let me know? He says, "Hey guys, my account on X got banned." Lol. That's not a lol. That sucks. But Dekar, let us know. I see. Looks like you play guitar in your picture there. Let us know what's hidden skills you have. Real quick, ladies and gentlemen, we've got the medic of the team, Dr. Ben. What's up, Dr. Ben?
Gentlemen,
how you doing, man?
What's up, Ben? Good to see you.
what did I just do?
Who else do we have
How did I even do that? Am I here?
You're here. Yeah, we hear you now.
Yeah,
what,
you're good.
What did I just do? Can you guys see me or no? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like,
we got Kevin Everson says, "Kicked it CG style."
like all of a sudden, this whole other screen came up.
Well, now
Yeah,
it looks like
another.
you're having a little bit of technical difficulties.
There. I think I'm there.
You're back. You're back now.
Okay, yeah. I move it like a different.
I'm a band of brothers for this, so we really gotta perform tonight, boys.
Yeah, I move at like a different speed.
By the way,
I'll be here, but it's like you can't see me because I'm moving, drawing, moving things, getting comics.
No, you're good.
So.
Band of Brothers, by the way, that's an awesome show that was on HBO. It was a 1-season HBO series about World War I, and it was fucking amazing. I recommend that to anybody to watch that, by the way.
Yes, great show. Katie Did says, "Hail Comicsgate." Hail, Katie. How you doing?
What's going on,
Thanks
Katie?
for coming on last week. Apparently, it started a whole shitstorm, which is fine.
Well, he struck her channel or whatever. Did he unstrike her channel?
No, he struck it. That's basically the latest of this whole sequence of events. But the past week has been very interesting. We'll get into that. I'll let Pat finish with the chat.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that is pretty much the chat there. But actually, it all started with Lord Raptor Jesus, did it not? Did you guys watch that stream?
Yeah. So basically,
what the fuck am I talking about? You were the one who told me about it. Sorry.
Over the course of the last week, there's been several streams actually, in which this particular debate between myself and Matt Barr and Wiggle was either EFAP'd or discussed or talked about. And I've gotten messages from people saying, "Hey, look, they mentioned it here," so I've checked it all out. Lord Raptor Jesus was a prominent one. He EFAP'd it. It was discussed pretty strongly on Dark Gift had a slum stream about it, the Neutral Grounds, in which a bunch of degenerates showed up on stream and they were just yelling at each other, and it was it was insanity. And then Matt Barr also on his own stream brought it up. The whole Katie did basically, she put up a video in which she clipped our discussion last week with her, and then she spliced in about an hour of the debate between
Matt Barr's video.
Yeah, Matt Barr's stream with me against him and Wiggle, and that was her video. It was interesting because it gave context to the fact that we brought it up on our channel, yet somehow people couldn't understand that. They didn't understand that we brought it up on our...
She stole his content.
Yeah,
she stole it, Corbin.
On our stream last week, we brought it up. Then she put the clip in which she showed what we were talking about. And then at the end, it was the rest of our conversation of our stream. So she wrapped it up. And so it made sense. And people couldn't
How long was it?
Well, it was Matt Barr's stream. There was an hour of his stream. The overall.
How long was Katie Did's stream?
Maybe almost 2 hours, maybe an hour 45. Because
And like,
remember, yeah, because it had our parts plus the hour from the
1
Matt
hour
Barr
says
stream.
Katie.
Yeah.
yeah, so she altered it. It doesn't matter that if she didn't like say anything over the video or like come out and like, you know, whatever the commentators do, you know, like come out and yell about pronouns. I'm Katie,
Well, here's the thing.
You know what I mean? Like, just highlighting a video is a form of like speech. You know what I'm saying? Like she's putting like several videos together to show context and like describes what the day it's from, but doesn't add like you know, she's not like saying anything, like she's not trying to like influence you, like she's just showing like, okay, here's these videos. So that's what I'm saying. That in itself is like an act of like speech.
Isn't it crazy though? It's almost like the same thing
And
as
like
TikTok. They just repost what you posted.
Well, apparently they say that if you actually
Katie
put
did
a title,
libs of TikTok.
You know what I'm saying
Barr.
though? Like
Yeah.
all you have to do is repost a dumbass saying shit, and then
True.
it's like,
well, as long as you put a title to it, apparently like that's good enough. But let me just say this first and foremost, because as of right now, Matt Barr, our friend Matt Barr, has copyright struck Katie did for that video, in which she takes a clip from his brilliant stream called Freaking Awesome Show that he does on Mondays prior to Comicsgate Kings, right?
It's like those libs of CG.
Yeah. So
sorry, go ahead.
I'm just saying I have to call that out, bro, because look,
please.
That's pathetic. I'm just gonna say, man, Matt Barr doing that, actually taking the time and the effort to do a copyright strike against Katie's video, it's fucking pathetic, dude. Like, it's the worst move he's done out of everything he's said so far and all the nonsense he's posted on Twitter. That's the biggest pussy fucking move.
That's the same kind of thing that like everyone like lost all the respect for like Eric July for, right? Like think about this. Like Eric July had his whole act and everything, and like up until like a certain point where he was like just doing dumb stuff, it was like, okay, you know, he's all right. But then like once he started doing the same dumb shit, like where you start using the same like tactics as leftists, you know, communists. You start using communist tactics.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing.
good.
The thing is like,
bueno.
It's either you have your own opinions or you don't have your own opinions. And if you have your own opinion and you express it, and then you're upset that somebody else is letting other people know what your opinion is, why did you express that opinion to begin with? Like, if you don't believe what you thought, the worst part is, and I said this in private chats. And so I'm the kind of person who, like, when I say something in a private chat, for most things, I feel kind of morally obligated to say it out loud on public on my channel. That's just the way I am. But this is some faggot ass shit. Is really what I'm saying. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
It is so faggy, and the idea that you would first of all have a debate against Carbon where you have 6 other people on the panel.
Think about this too.
Arguing against one guy. You know, you're talking over him. You're bringing up fucking, you know, straw man arguments, and then not only do you have that argument and you put Carbon Heart in an unfair position where you argue with him, you know, with 6 other people ganging up on him, but then you remove it. Like, what are you afraid? Exactly, what are you afraid of? Like, either you won the argument with Carbon and you shouldn't be afraid, or all 6 of you are fucking pussies and you lost the argument to one guy, which you did, but then you're like going out of your way to cover it up. Like, come on.
I assume
there's no logic. Go ahead, Ben. Go ahead.
Is the video that she clipped or whatever, is that still up publicly on Matt Barr's channel? Do we know?
Yeah. Oh no, he took it down. She told me
That
she
is
took
no
it down. Also,
That is no private. And also, this was a video to remember. This was a video too of Carbon. Carbon was on there talking about stuff. So how can Matt just say, okay, well, I have a recording of Carbon, and I'm gonna if anyone else copies it and posts it, because I'm not saying it's on Carbon's behalf. I'm not trying to suggest, I'm just saying that if someone else is in the video and they're like, that's me, or this is my friend, that's someone I know, that's some sort of newsworthy,
Yeah,
however
that's
loosely
yeah,
defined news, but
that's a good point. But the thing is, these copyright laws exist first and foremost because of revenue. Like that's the whole point of a copyright law. So it's like I'm gonna make money from my media, my content. If you're gonna make money from my content, therefore there's an issue. However, dude, Matt Barr, come on, Mr. Professional Artist, Mr. fucking world-renowned artist who went to FIT, bro.
Did you guys watch Johnny Scab's most recent Mail-in Mysteries?
Yeah.
Where he's getting whipped by the Saska sisters. He's getting tortured. And
Yeah.
he's like, I was nominated for 2 awards.
Yeah, bro, Mr. Professional. I'm a professional artist. I went to FIT, guys.
I was fucking crying when he said, I was nominated for 2 awards.
And then so you're amazing, dude. You're an amazing artist. You're doing so well.
God.
And you're telling everybody about that all the time. You remind everybody about that all the fucking time.
Which is funny. Like, why would you, if I was nominated for something but didn't win, I would mention it once. I'd be like, thanks guys for nominating me. That's cool. But then I would take that as kind of a mark of shame. Like I was nominated but didn't win. But he thinks that being nominated and not winning is like a cool thing. It's like, no, dude, they saw that somebody else was better than you.
The nomination? Well, I mean, hey, look, no. A nomination is something. That's something. No,
I guess, but it's all these these award, all these
he's bragging
award
about how professional he is.
Yeah.
His fucking YouTube revenue from one stream, your freaking awesome stream before Comicsgate Kings, you need to strike somebody about that? Come on, get the fuck out of here.
Globalist too. So
yeah. Calling your stream freaking awesome too is almost as ostentatious as calling your comic book phenomenon, but anyway, just kidding.
Close.
Am I or am I not? It's close. It's close. Also, ladies and gentlemen, we have Mr. Perfect in here. So if you needed to know whether or not the Comicsgate Commandos are in fact the best channel and show on YouTube, Mr. Perfect is in here. If Mr. Perfect is in here, I mean, does it get any better than perfection?
He's back. Mr. Perfect is back.
All right, we've got this quid says, I've met sailors that are less gay than that. I'll bet you've eaten sailors less gay than that too, Mr. Squid.
So yeah, basically what came out of all those streams, Matt Barr did the strike because he was convinced that Katie did such a terrible thing by clipping his shitty stream. And then everybody else just basically took their opportunity to shit on me because of the debate, and said, oh yeah, no, he's a piece of shit. Yeah, okay. And I lost the debate. Obviously, Matt Barr is brilliant. Him and Wiggle, they're fucking geniuses. They defeated me in a logical debate in which they needed to bring on 4 other pussy-ass lackeys of theirs.
Lackeys is a great word. Thank you for using it.
To interrupt me every time I had a valid point. Every time I was about to defeat their childish illogic, they had to interrupt me. Which is, by the way, that's why Matt Barr brought on Wiggle. Because originally I was going to debate Matt Barr alone, but he couldn't do that because he's retarded and he has a head wound. I'm convinced he has a head wound now, by the way.
Well, it's also that there's some backstory between you and Wiggle, right? So I think what happened there was it was kind of like a distraction technique.
Oh,
yeah, exactly. Because originally I was talking to Matt and I was going to just debate him. But then out of nowhere, he brought on Wiggle to basically be his sidearm to interrupt me every time I had a point that was about to defeat Matt. Wiggle would go, oh no, fuck this, and interrupt me. So that was the strategy.
Yeah, a lot of whataboutisms too. So you would make a point, and then they would go, but what about this, which has nothing to do with the point you were making. But it was like an attempt to distract people. It's essentially a straw man argument.
Yeah, well, look, let me just kind of recap very briefly. And I've said this before. after that stream, I went on to have a rational discussion with them. I learned that they don't want to have a rational discussion. They just want to whine and moan and yell and act like they're smart and funny, and it turns into insults. And that's what happened because they kept interrupting me. And at the end, I said, look, I'm here. I said this before. I'm here to defend Comicsgate. You have a problem with Ethan? Stop trying to trash all of Comicsgate with your fucking hashtag, this is Comicsgate. Come on, dude. And even he knows that's stupid. You know? You got a problem with one or two people, and you go, every time you see something you don't like, this is Comicsgate. It's like a political strategy from a campaign ad to try to smear the entire. Yeah.
It's weird, he says. Nice meta reference there,
Yeah,
Doc.
we're all weird now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got to wonder, like, you got to ask yourself, like, because the whole point, like, okay, do I like Mint and Riley? You know, like, I know people, you know, I guess Katie is not going to be upset if I say this because she would probably say it out loud. She likes them. She's friends with them. She's talked to them. I'm not friends with them. I've not talked to them, but also I don't really like them that much. Like, I'm not a big fan of pornographers.
I agree.
At the same time,
I'm on the same boat.
At the same time, if they want to be Comicsgate and they want to make good comics, and contribute to the art form and allow for freedom of speech, that's the most important part.
Yes.
Then they're Comicsgate.
Right. So, and that was my point too with them. I said, look, guys, we got a few people.
You all have to agree with everything that one group of people says. That's not the point of Comicsgate. The point of Comicsgate is to let everybody do what they want to do and to also support the beauty of the art form.
Well, I was also making another point because I was making the point that, look, you have an audience of Comicsgate fans, thousands of people, 2,000, 3,000 people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're supporting Comicsgate. Are you going to do a moral litmus test on all of them? Like, you want to be the fucking moral pillar against everybody and be like, oh no, that's a degenerate. That's a degenerate. No, dude, like, you don't get to say that.
Well,
like, their customers.
I would say I would disagree with you a little bit there and say that I do think some of these people are degenerates, but at the same time, if they're willing to support freedom of speech and they're allowing me to have my freedom of speech to call them degenerates, we're on the same side.
Okay. What? Yeah, you know that's not what I mean was calling them degenerates and then kicking them out is what I mean.
Okay, I see.
It's like, all right, so think about it. Like, hypothetically, you have an audience of 3,000 people on your stream, and then you're gonna call out people. Hey, no, you're out. You're a degenerate. You're a degenerate. Like, you're not gonna do that, dude. Everybody's welcome to support Comicsgate, buy our products, be a part of the movement, and it's absolutely ridiculous. Actually, can I say something before we move on?
Go ahead.
I need to get this out. That's
right.
All of these people, right? There's a whole list of these guys. On Matt Barr's side, Wiggles' side, they're complaining about Comicsgate. They're complaining about new CG, right?
Mm-hmm.
For the most part, dude, these are guys who either don't have a product out, or if they do have a product out, it's not doing too well, it's not selling too well, or nobody gives a shit about it. Okay? So, is that a coincidence that everybody who's complaining about this are people who maybe they're just jealous, dude? Jealousy is a big motivating factor in life. Okay? So I'm just going to put that out there for all you guys that in the past week talked shit about me and Katie, right? By the way, I know that my mic sucks. That was a big thing.
Yeah. That was the one good point they made.
Yeah, okay.
Hit him where it hurts.
I didn't realize. Let me be honest with you. I didn't realize that my mic didn't sound. I thought it was better than that. I didn't know it was
It's
that
not
bad.
that bad. To be honest with you, it's not like Lord Dr. Jesus was being like, roll. It does not sound like that. Does it sound like it's a good mic? No. But does it sound, I'm biased because I'm
But I'm being honest with you. I didn't know it was that. It's worse than I thought, though. It really is worse than I thought. And now I've committed. I'm buying a new mic next week.
Are you shitting me, Carbon? Yeah. You haven't bought a camera, and you're gonna buy a mic first.
I'm getting both. I'm gonna get a new mic and a camera.
Have you messed with like the setting, just all the stuff on here, the echo cancellation and stuff?
There's something going on with the settings because it doesn't make any sense. Like I have a good headset, but anyway, whatever. Like
no, look, you gotta buy a dedicated like.
I'm gonna get a mic.
You know what good music mics?
Yeah. No. I'm getting a mic next week. Believe me. You want to know why? Because now I'm committed. Now I'm committed to tell these motherfuckers off.
Yeah.
In crystal clarity. I need to tell them off in crystal fucking clarity now, so that they can't say anything. Okay? So I'm gonna have a new mic, and all y'all go fuck yourselves.
Yeah.
You'll hear it again in his crystal clear mic.
Yeah, you're gonna hear it again.
Come back
and
play
real
this
quick,
over.
when you do get your mic and you get your camera, I'm sorry, Dr. Ben. Go ahead. My bad.
I was gonna say we'll play this over and then compare them. Come back and like.
Yes. Great idea.
I like it.
When you do get your mic and camera, Carbon, you should. We need to have a Comicsgate Commandos where we're all wearing Hawaiian shirts or something. You know what I mean? Do you have a Hawaiian shirt, Dr. Ben?
Yeah,
of course.
You're good. Excellent. But I don't want to ignore L.E. Dungeoneer here. He says Riley is a stalker that got arrested. It's simple. Okay, first of all, I don't know if he's because he changed his name. It used to be Ellie Skibidi or Skibida. I'm stupid. But
Ellie, hold on. L.E. I know who that is. That's L.E. Munoz. L.E. Munoz. He's been around for a while, and he's been around all of Comicsgate. He's hardcore. Apparently, you're on the fence. I don't know what's going on with you.
Well, he might be, but he might be like doing a thing a bit here.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I don't know. He says, I think the issue that Ethan platforms Riley and Masterson. It's not about CG stalkers buying comics. This time it's personal. So, I mean, continue to say whatever you fucking want to say, Ellie. Munoz, is that what you said?
Yeah, I recognize him because
cutting out when you're like, keep saying what you.
Yeah, he was Ellie Munoz and Ellie whatever, a bunch of things. No, but I see what he's saying here because he's saying the issue is that Ethan platforms Riley and Masterson. That is a point. That's one of the arguing points that Matt Barr has been using, saying that Ethan is platforming these degenerates, these assholes. Listen, guys, just because some people join the chat and they want to come on stream for a bit, it doesn't mean suddenly, this is Comicsgate. Comicsgate is Riley, and Comicsgate is mint salad. No, dude, how dare you? And that's a point that I made on the debate, and they tried to shut me down when they went, oh no, EBS is destroying Comicsgate. I said, okay, so Comicsgate is destroyed. What about Andy Smith, R.T. Bear, Graham Nolan, everybody else, John Malin, everybody else, and then they shut me down. Yeah, they shut me down and go, oh no, we're not against them. So then stop saying that shit, dude.
You know, the funny thing is they act like Ethan could destroy Comicsgate. That's the thing. Comicsgate exists outside of Ethan. Is he the one to pick up the ball and carry it for most people? Sure. But if Ethan Van Sciver wasn't there, there would be somebody else to take his place for freedom of speech. Like,
yes, that's the whole point. Because that's a great point, Pat. Because if Ethan, God forbid, disappeared, Comicsgate would still live on. And then what would happen with that argument? We'll go,
right?
Oh, he's gone. And then you have everybody else making their comics, being Comicsgate, and then there's no issue. So that's my point. They have an issue with one guy or one or two people. And I really, I'm going to debate Matt again. I really am. So this isn't over. And once I get my new mic, I'm coming
Well, I
back.
want to ask you a question, but before I do that, the Squid says nobody's platforming Dick Masterson. Dick has been around for well over a decade since he trolled Dr. Phil. I didn't even know he did that. Masterson has his own show and audience. Dick Masterson is a self-professed atheist, which I think is laughable, to be honest with you. If you're any other religion, I think that's more legitimate than being an atheist. Atheism is like one of the stupidest things I've ever heard in my life. But Dick Masterson is very fucking funny. And also, every time that Ethan brings these people on, it's topical. He's bringing them on because he's talking about the topic that they're involved in.
Yeah,
which is like, why would you not bring a guest on in that situation? Like, I would bring fucking Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris. I would bring her on to this show if we were talking about her.
What can be and unburdened by what has been.
Just about to say that.
Comicsgate is what
Unburdened
can
by
be
what has been.
and unburdened what has been Comicsgate. There you go.
Ellie Dungeoneer, new Dungeoneer says, I'm always, well, try to be, on DNA show, Graybeard's Dungeoneer's show. What's DNA? Anybody know? I don't know.
I have no idea.
Dude, Graybeards is the greatest Comicsgate show of all time, if you ask me. I really think it's like just superbly sublime and beautiful. Argue with an idiot, they will drag you down to their level and beat you with experiences, Mr. Self-Destruct. A very wise statement from a very wise man. Dekar says, Wilberforce Wooster, welcome. He says, if you ever debate again, make sure it is agreed that the stream must be public domain. Just a thought. Is that possible?
Well, if it's agreed upon, then yeah, I think it's possible.
Yeah,
if we discuss it ahead of time. But
which brings up my question that I nearly forgot to ask you. Why bother?
Bother?
You mean when I went on their stream to debate them?
No, I mean one time is, you got to give everybody a chance. You got to try to rationalize with people and talk to them man to man. But now that they've made it very clear to you that not only is Matt Barr too much of a faggot pussy to actually, and by that I don't mean gay. He might be gay. I don't think that he is. But I mean like just complete and utter loser. That's I guess my synonym for faggot.
Yeah.
Considering that and knowing that he had 5 other people to debate you at the same time as him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he ganged up on you and also was disingenuous in his, I want to actually debate you. Why would you bother going back on with him?
Again? Yeah. Okay. Well.
Yeah.
Multiple reasons. I mean, for one, I'll have a better mic, so you can hear me in crystal clarity, telling them off, so everybody can comprehend. So that will make a difference. And also, I think now that they know about, the first debate was a pile up. They ganged up on me. We'll probably change the terms so that I can actually finish my points. So that when we're arguing, because it's mainly Matt that I wanted to talk to.
Right.
Wiggle he's a useless piece of shit.
Yeah.
He's nothing. Wiggle, I mean, he didn't even make a coherent statement the entire stream. The only point he made was that he wanted to bully Comicsgate. There's a clip of it, in which he says, I will, bully Comicsgate and burn it down to the ground. And that's what he wants to do. And actually, fittingly enough, he's like a gorilla, and he wears a pink gorilla suit. So he's basically just like a gorilla who wants to smash things,
A pink gorilla.
Yeah,
Pink gorilla.
He's a gay gorilla. He's basically a gay gorilla.
People in the chat, if you've watched that, how did you feel when Wiggle said that he wants to bully everybody in Comicsgate until Comicsgate no longer exists? How did you feel about that, chat? Real quick, I'm going to read some of the chats here. Ellie says, by platforming, I mean Ethan having them on his panel. Masterson has been stalking Maddox for 20 years.
Maddox.
Gosh, sometimes I feel really stupid because some of you guys know way more about like the inner depths of Comicsgate than I do. Like I said, I joined 4 years ago, so I feel like I know a lot, but I actually coming to meet some of you people. I really feel like I don't. Maddox. Are you talking about Jamie Madrox, the multiple man? Sorry, terrible reference. William Schaefer, welcome. He says she is unburdened by thought itself. You're damn right, Kamala Harris. Denz and Andy show. Okay. I gotta look that up. All right, Dennis and Andy. I got that. Okay. Of course it is, said Wilberforce Wooster. He's talking about whether or not Deadpool 3 was a good movie. I'm just kidding. We've got Grogu. Hello, Grogu. That was actually the name of my first parakeet. Back when Mandalorian was sick and cool, I was like, yeah, I'm going to name my first parakeet Grogu. And then he died horribly. I really was very scarred by it. Hail, Wilberforce Wooster and Grogu. Ellie says, and it's not like I don't let Barr know if I have issues with his behavior. Everyone feels like they have to respond to every slight. Who has the time? I agree. Who has the time? But Matt Barr, he's fed by the slights. Like, it's like he wants to be insulted so that he can explode in ridiculously over exaggerated fashion at these people. Wilberforce says, I like the part where they said Artsy Barrett isn't CG. Cue Artsy Barrett appearing in CG. How can you, like, what? How can you even, how can you say that he's not CG? He's 100% CG. Anybody on the Kings is CG. End of story, whether you like it or not. Matt has gone off the rails lately. That is the understatement of the century. Do like BA does when he debates. Have it on someone else's channel. Neutral ground. Oh, so that's what you do, Carbon. Yeah. And anybody watching who's a fan of Matt Barr, he puts him on a neutral channel. And if Matt Barr and Carbon, you have to make the what's the word I'm looking for? Invitation to that channel open to everybody to see. That's everybody will see the invitation, and if he does not accept it on a neutral channel, not his channel, not your channel, not my channel, if he does not see that, then you can instantly go into the he's a coward. And that's really what it would be. If it was on an alternate channel and he didn't say yes, he'd be a coward. Chuck Reardon says, good evening, all. Hello, Chuck Reardon. How you doing, man? Good old Chucky. Haven't seen the clip, but it sounds like a fun guy. Hail Chuck Reardon. Maddox asked to be trolled. He's still talking about the Multiple Man from X-Men, created by Chris Claremont and first appearing in Fantastic Four annual number 15. Oh, I'm so embarrassed that I don't know that. Oh boy, don't go down the Maddox rabbit hole. It's the wrong kind of autism. Maddox, creator of the best page in the universe website. It was big in the early 2000s. Oh, in the early 2000s, I was learning about comic books. I was becoming a teenager. Chuck says Wiggle is a chaos monger. His only loyalty is to his own entertainment. He doesn't care who suffers as long as he gets what he wants. I've never heard anyone say Art isn't CG. Art constantly says he loves CG. I don't know how you can be on the Kings and not be considered CG. It's funny. BTM Reviews was just discussing Matt Barr. They seem to agree with you. Yeah, BTM Reviews has their, I guess, do they always do Wednesdays? Do you guys know? Or I think it was like a special.
Yeah, I don't know. But event. Nicholas McHugh told me that tonight they were actually going to EFAP the debate between me and Matt.
Yeah.
So that actually might be going on right now. So
the debate between who?
Between me and Matt. The video that we're talking about.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, so how were they gonna skip it? Is he like a member of
oh, you know, okay, let me show you this.
It's
Can I show you this real quick?
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you this. No, it's not behind a paywall. I want to show you this. Because Katie said I could, so I'm gonna.
Oh yeah, she's saying a whole bunch of hail.
Everybody look away. Why? I don't know how to do this, Katie. I'm sorry. All right, this is my X. So you guys are going to see what's on my X for a quick second before I show the video that Katie said I could show.
Yes.
Ramp.
Oh my gosh.
Ramp. Okay, here we go. Clip it, baby. Go back and screenshot my shit.
Stream of the parts of it. I just thought I'd let you know.
If you guys want me to pause it, just start talking and I'll pause.
Thank you, Katie. I appreciate that. Big man. Small dick. Katie, what's up with the? I heard you got DMCA'd. Did you want to talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, we could talk about it. Apparently Matt Barr has been asking me to take the clip down. I have not seen it. I was not tagged in it to see, but I'm finding out about this now. Yeah, so I put up a debate between Carbon Heart versus Wiggle and Matt Barr. Yes, the clip was longer than it should be, and I can understand the argument behind that. And I'll be honest with you, if it was anybody else, I would consider it, but it's Matt Barr. So I said, fuck you. It stays up. Now, I did the other day try to go back and post a link to that stream for people to go watch. He has gotten rid of the stream. So the stream is no longer up. So the only thing that I have is this clip. Now, if there are other YouTube channels that are watching this and you would like to do a reaction of this debate, let me know and I can send it. But yeah, so Matt struck me. I have 1 strike. If I get 2 more, my channel's gone. So
why would Matt care? Go ahead, Katie.
He cares because
Pat, can you pause it for a
coming
second?
from his stream.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Self-Destruct, you wrote a comment. Oh my God, I just flicked over to BTM show. The video's pulled up, Carbon Heart, that looks like digital HIV. Get yourself checked. What do you mean by that? What are you talking about?
I just looked over to BTM show. The video is pulled up, Carbon Heart. That looks like digital HIV 100%. Get yourself checked. I think what he's saying is because we know Mr. Self-Destruct he's a very nice man, to be honest. He's a very I think what he's saying is that you being on stream with them, you know what I mean? It's like having sex with them. So now you have HIV.
No idea.
So we gotta get
Maybe
tested now.
Yeah, maybe you can elaborate on that, Mr. Self-Destruct.
Sometimes Mr. Self-Destruct phrases things in a very
sounds
canny way.
It's a bit uncomfortable there with that description.
It's
But
alright.
anyway, let's move on.
Oh God. Okay.
And at first he was not going to strike me because he knew that if he did, then he would get attacked for it. But some people have gotten in his ears and convinced him to go ahead and do it. I even have a screenshot of someone saying that they have already struck my channel for content theft. I have that evidence. So I am aware that my channel will probably be at risk for a while until the strike comes off. It did not say that it affects my live streams or anything. I have not gotten email that, so I guess I can still continue live streaming. But if I get a second strike, I believe that's when I can no longer stream for a while. So
Okay, so now I see the purpose behind him doing that. He did that to punish Katie did for basically calling him out and making him look like the fool he is. Because like I said earlier, there's no revenue purpose behind doing that. But with the strike, and I didn't know about, I don't know about the YouTube rules. A second strike would eliminate her channel. So he's basically trying to damage her channel by doing that. And Matt Barr, fuck you, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's fucked up. Like that's
you're a fucking pussy ass bitch, Matt Barr.
Like, that's exactly what like Comicsgate and all this is supposed to be against. Like all the shit with Zach, like people canceling your business and shit because like they disagree with whatever your shit is. So I mean, like that's what I'm saying. That's Matt Barr's supposed to work with Zach, and like it's okay. You're just doing all the same shit that you're crying about, like all the stuff where he's crying about them not being able to, blacklists and everything. I mean, I cry about it too. I mean, that is kind of like our thing, but but you know what I'm saying, like. It's always like the same ones. It's always that fucking the lady and then the other lady and Mags and a couple, like a dude or something, right? But it's always like the same
or
one.
something.
Like there's a few other like that he kind of like rotates on, but it's like no more than like half a dozen different like creators, right? That are all, they're all some sort of like deviant or whatever they call themselves now, right? The LGBT, all of them are in that stuff, right? And it's like he just rotates between like complaining about the same ones over and over. It's like what the Streisand effect is, right? Where like when you complain about something that like, when you like say something is not like real or whatever, that like draws more attention to it. Like,
yes. And it makes more people agree with that person than would have normally.
Yeah, and by
Not
doing that,
necessarily.
that's what he's doing. He's just he's doing all the same.
Yeah.
SJW cryo so and so. Ethan didn't respond in my DM, and I told him I would draw the elephant comic, and he wouldn't even respond.
Guys, I have the answer to all of this. Like, I know why all of this is happening. I figured it out 2 days ago.
Okay.
But before we get to that, let me read these chats here. Mr. Self-Destruct says, they're watching the stream debate you were on. Just visually looks like you're dangling your penis over a bear trap. Well, see, Mr. Self-Destruct, I think you give them too much credit by calling them a bear trap. They're more like oh God. What's a good allegory for this? I'm not sure, but they're really just a bunch of incompetent boobs. Go ahead, Card.
It's more like a volcano pit. And also, the imagery that you're choosing for this metaphor, Mr. Self-Destruct, it's showing that maybe your mind is focused on a particular
Mr. Self-Destruct, you need to get off porn, my guy.
Yeah, it's a particular area that I'm not doing that. That's not what I'm doing on these streams, okay? So I'm not associated with that kind of imagery.
Right.
Yeah.
If there was any of Carbon's penis involved here, it was him using it to slap them across the face.
Oh, God.
My mother's going to be so disappointed in me if she ever watches this stream. Wilberforce Wooster says, if Katie fought this to court, she'd almost certainly win. She added 40 minutes of additional content. Of course, I would not suggest wasting money on that. Yes, of course. I would say to Katie, the one thing I would say to Katie in regards to this, to instantly, all you have to do is record some music that is not copyrightable, or either you talk over them from time to time, or you get some music that's uncopyrightable and you play it behind them. That's all you got to do. Dakar says it's not a death sentence to anyone. It's not a death sentence anymore. What is he talking about? See, this is when I get backtracked on the chat. It's so cool that we have 14 people watching and enough chats that I get backtracked on them and feel guilty about not reading everybody's chats. Take care of your penis, and it will take care of you. No, it won't. Your penis is your number one enemy in this world, my guy. You've got to take that shit and go, what's that my penis is saying? Completely ignored. How many times have we all made mistakes because we were thinking with the wrong head? Katie did says, way back it, I'm blonde, lol. First copyright strike, almost nothing happens. Almost nothing, he says. Lol, it's karma's a bitch you don't want to mess with. Karma is a bitch, but it's not karma, because karma's a fucking pagan fake shit. It's actually just like justice from the sweet Lord Almighty. Look up Wayback Internet search. Yes, Wayback Machine is Internet Archive, sometimes very useful. Oh, you mean Achieve It? Shit, I didn't know. Okay, I don't know why I'm going through their personal conversations here. Says an HIV-infested glue trap. He's just going hard in the paint with this. Metaphor.
Yeah, he might actually be messing with you. Actually, I mean,
you can skip those. You can skip those.
I can't skip Mr. Self-Destruct. He's amazing. Come on, he's always.
I don't know what's going on with Mr. Self-Destruct tonight.
He's always had our back. He's just fucking trolling like I would if I was in, like, say, Johnny's chat. That's exactly what kind of shit I would say. Attacking EVS has been a way to get views and subs since he showed up on the CG scene. These clowns are not new or original. or all that interesting. See, Chuck he hits the nail on the head. You hit the nail on the head. That's a Funkadelic song, ladies and gentlemen. He really you like that, Dr. Ben? He really gets it right there. That's exactly what's happening. Like a bigger channel, so you attack the bigger channel.
Well, let me comment on that.
Katie didn't like Funkadelic. Go ahead.
Pat, before you move on, because that's a big point. And the Dark Gift stream that happened a couple days ago, he called it neutral ground, and there were several people who came on, including Matt Barr, Risey Lee, Patrick T, Chris Stanley, a bunch of jackasses basically. And
well, I don't know if I'd call Patrick T a jackass, but go ahead.
Well, actually, he's been proving that lately, because what ended up happening is these guys, they proved a point that was very significant, because by the end they were actually just fight. Look, they started to stream out to fight against other people, but they're such whiny bitches that they ended up fighting each other by the end of the stream, because they're just people who want to whine and complain. It was the perfect anecdote. It was the perfect metaphor. By the end, they're all just yelling at each other. It was hilarious, dude. And I'm telling you,
that stream.
And it's proof. If you want to know what these people are like, just go back to that stream. Except for, by the way, Dark Gift, I like. He just moderated. He was fine. And also Finatra. Finatra's fine. He kept it cool. Everybody else, though, it was just a shit show that imploded on itself.
I'm sorry, I was reading a comment, but what did you say about Dark Gift? How do you feel about Dark Gift's performance during that?
Oh no, yeah, he hosted it. He was neutral. Dark Gift is a good guy. He was neutral.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he's
always been very neutral.
Yeah, no, he's cool. He hosted it. He's neutral. He kept it, and he actually was trying to prove the point that I'm saying, is that these people became the very thing that they're complaining about.
Yes.
Right?
Dark Gift, I feel like, is one of the most pure, unadulterated comic skaters that exists.
Yeah, yeah, he's cool.
Like, I don't agree with probably 45% of the things that he thinks, but I love Dark Gift more than I love most people. And I've never even met the guy. Mr. Self-Destruct says, no, really, I'd never insert myself in a stream which looks like that visually. Matt Barr and Wiggle on the top, everyone else cams off, bad vibes, haunted house shit. Okay, I know you, Carvin, I know you think he's fucking with you. He is very much going hard, like in the sexual puns here. But this comment is true, though, don't you feel? I mean, like, I looked at that too, and I saw all these people with their fucking cameras off, not, and Matt Barr and Wiggle at the top. It's just like, ugh.
Yeah. I know that you're coming from a good place, Mr. Self-Destruct.
He said coming, ladies and gentlemen. He's all right with the penis jokes. Okay.
No.
But sometimes when you find yourself in a place where you're a little bit horned up, it's time to release it. Either get laid or release it so that it's not on the brain.
Mr. Self-Destruct, take 15 minutes break and come back. We'll still be here. Oh my God. Wilberforce Rooster says, frankly though, just don't clip people that tell you not to clip them. Just not worth it. YouTube TOS is like pudding. I disagree with him here. I would say say the federal government says don't clip me. You know what I mean? Like, go fuck yourself. I'm gonna clip you. It's called freedom of speech.
I mean, if they take it down, what can you do though if they take it down like that though? You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, that's what I'm saying to Katie. She should like add music or some kind of like, like she should edit it in some way
in the future.
so that she can make so that she can make the argument in the future. Because like I understand what she was doing. Like I said, she is libs of CG. Well, I said libs of TikTok, and who said libs of CG? Somebody should tell me who that was.
Or was that one of the people in the chat?
It was people in the chat. Yeah. tell me who you are because you're going to be forever known as a brilliant man. But that's really what she was. She was just clipping people and replaying what they have already said. Like, if you're embarrassed by what you've said, whose fault is that? Like, is that Katie's fault? You know what I mean?
Maybe she should just to like make sure they can't like do that. Like, if she puts like a like a stamp thing, like a little title card or something onto like
Sometimes
the whole
that's
video.
not good enough. Yeah.
Well, the
You know what I
music,
mean?
I think if you're not talking over it and say you haven't done a live stream, I think the light music instrumental on top of it could work, because you can still hear the talking and the music should be transformative enough. I think that probably would work.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Sorry. Grogu says it was an Ouroboros. I feel like I should know what that is, but I forgot. My brain has left me right now.
It's the snake.
Ouroboros. That's right. Is that the World Eater?
Like the snake that's eating itself.
It is. Okay, so I was right about that. Okay. Cool. I've seen I love being right. I don't know if you guys noticed that. The Squid says, I've seen clip channels get demonetized for reused content, even though all the creators they were clipping and editing together gave that person permission. And there is that aspect of YouTube that sometimes it's just, it's like, chaos. Kevin Everson says, no, Patrick, it kind of assed up the other day on Shane's channel.
No, he's saying Patrick T. He said,
Patrick T.
Patrick
Oh, I'm
T.
sorry. Patrick T kind of assed up the other day on Shane's channel.
Yeah, he showed his true. He showed his true colors, because he's been riding the fence, balancing between
Okay, wait a minute. I have to take a piss, but I want to hear you very much. I'm going to play this video for a little bit longer, and then I'm going to come back, and you're going to explain to me why Patrick T assed up on Shane's channel. I'll be right back. I'm sorry.
I can get the art. Let me look. I really didn't look in depth. Let me look here. It says we received a copyright removal request for your video based on application copyright law. We removed your video from YouTube, and it tells the video. And then it gave me Matt Barr's email address. And it says that means your video can no longer be viewed on YouTube. You received a copyright strike. You have now one strike. If you get multiple copyright strikes, we'll have to terminate your channel to prevent that from happening. Please don't upload videos, blah, blah. It looks like I can't fight it. Wait a minute. It says if you believe you're not at fault in one or more of the instances above, you can appeal this removal by submitting a counter notification. There may be severe legal consequences for submitting a counter notification with false information. You can also contact the party that removed your video and ask them to retract their removal request. So yeah, I could fight it, but I feel like that's going to be a losing battle. So honestly, I don't know what to do from here. So yeah.
It'd be a real shame if somebody. Well, he took his stream down, or is his stream private?
I don't know. It's not on his channel, so I'm guessing he might have privated. I can look back on my history on YouTube and see. And actually, the other day.
All right, I'm back. I'm sorry. Okay, Patrick T assed up. What does that mean?
So the other night, it was beautiful, because Patrick T revealed his true intentions. He went on a middle of the night stream with Shane Davis, and he was drunk, and he let out his inner thoughts, and he revealed that he's been bouncing around streams, and that there's been people, he brought up the drama, and then he brought up Katie Did specifically, and he started trash talking, saying, Katie Did with the whole rumor. And I'm not going to repeat it, actually. I'm not even going to utter those words. But
the Inuyasha shit.
Yes, the rumor.
James stream is what she's
Yeah,
saying.
you know what I'm talking about. He kept on repeating, "Oh, Katie does this. Katie does this." You know, something disgusting that became a rumor, and then even Shannon was like, "Okay, I got to kick this guy because he's off his rocker." You know, because not only was he drunk, but he just wanted to keep on pushing that rumor, which that's the whole this new anti-CG that's going on right now. I'll call it that. It's anti-CG. Matt Barr and his minions, right?
Right.
Yeah, they're against. They have something against Katie because apparently they can't get along with women. I don't know, and they're calling her a grifter, even though they have no right. They have no right to call her that amongst a group of people who are trying to join streams and create channels. It doesn't make any sense to call anybody a grifter in this space, right? But yet they're gonna pick on her and focus on this one rumor that happened because she, and you know what it is? It's revenge. They're basically trying to get revenge on her because as soon as she clips, no, she clips the drama and she clips the moments of people being jackasses and calling them out. They want revenge on her, and then they pulled out this dirty, disgusting rumor and go, "Oh, she does this," and they keep repeating it because they think it's going to be believed. But you know what? I'm going to say here's a quote with my muffled mic. Here's a muffled mic quote. "Fuck you assholes who keep trying to push that rumor. You're pathetic assholes. Go fuck yourself." End quote.
Katie, one, it's on your StreamYards. If you look, I'll figure it out for you. I'll send you some shit. So essentially, Patrick T, what you're saying is, he's got a beef with Katie did. Is that? I mean, correct me if I'm mistaken, but that sounds like the summation of that.
Well, yeah, that's what he did on Shane's stream that night. And Shane took the stream down and he admitted it on the next day. I think he was on John's stream, and he said, "I had to take that stream down." And so there's proof. And he said, "Yeah, Patrick T is off his fucking rocker repeating this, and he doesn't know why. And I know why, though. It's because Patrick T has joined anti-CG.
The Dungeoneers.
Yeah. Well, no, it's not the Dungeoneers.
I know it.
It's a new collection of anti-CG guys who want to join the Dungeoneers. It's a bunch of factions. It's a bunch of gangs out there now. It's getting dangerous.
Right. You also have JDA and his gang of Smiller and the Quaff, and
it's like Venezuela now. It's turning into Venezuela. A bunch of gangs, fighting each other, and then the militia and the power. It's insane. Who knows what's going on?
Yeah, that's how it's. That's the high and low. I mean,
Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to catch up with the chat here.
Well, the Dungeoneers have nothing to do with this. Wilberforce Woster.
Well, the funny thing is, the Dungeoneers.
Well, I think like you surmise that they want to be with the Dungeoneers, or just on that same tack as them, as okay, well now we're done with fucking Ethan and all those fuckers.
I would say that they're the new Dungeoneers, because the original Dungeoneers, they don't care anymore. They're doing their own thing. They haven't been arguing or fighting. You know what I mean? They got their own channels. They got their products. It's fine. But now there's a new crop. There's a new crop of guys. I call it anti-CG, led by Matt Barr, the albino
Matt Barr.
albino chimpanzee,
They're like, okay, they're as led by Matt Barr as Biden was actually the leader of this country.
They're trying to fight their way out of CG. Like they're trying to pick someone that's
No, I'm just
outside
saying Matt
of
Barr's
CG.
too fucking ridiculously fucking stupid that he couldn't possibly lead any group of people.
You know, that's
He's
a good
so
analogy.
incredibly unintelligent and so brain dead. And I'm not even making fun of his head wound, which may or may not exist. He's so incredibly unintelligent and prideful that I honestly don't think him capable of leading any group of people.
Well, here's the thing. That's a great analogy because apparently you don't need to be brilliant.
Hail Frederick Gaumont.
You don't need to be a brilliant leader in order to sway the masses. Because I'm seeing it happen with Matt Barr. Just because he's adamant and just because he's bullheaded, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's stubborn.
He's charismatic.
And there's people following him. Actually the other day, there's people joining his stream. Mr. Berger defected. Mr. Berger defected from mainline CG. He went on Matt Barr's stream, and all of a sudden he's sucking on Matt Barr's dick. He's going, yeah, and this is accurate. He goes, you don't take shit from no one. That's why I'm following you. And I saw that this is happening. People are following bullheadedness. They're following stubborn stupidity. That's why, ultimately, the line is true. Evil prevails when the good fails to act.
That's true.
We need to act. That's why I'm buying a new mic. I'm going to be in crystal clarity because evil prevails when the good fails to act. I'm speaking out against this shit.
Yeah.
Good.
Sorry, guys.
No, it's fine. It's just, all it took was Matt Barr being a dickhead to finally get you to buy a mic. No, I'm just joking. I'm fucking with you, man. Wilberforce Wooster says, I'm amused in how you are trying to identify people. He says, but I'm not going to help grouping anyone. Wilberforce, to that I would say, I also don't like to group people into groups. Obviously, Comicsgate is a group of people who disagree with each other, but they agree with each other about certain things, important things. Really, what it comes down to is whether you're not in favor of the freedom of speech. There's a lot of these people, Matt Barr and some of his cronies too. Cronies. I said it too. I kind of associated him as a leader who, one, are disingenuous in their they're like, oh, well, this has all become degenerate bullshit. All these people are, anti-Christian, yada, yada, yada. It's incredibly disingenuous. I would say I've been around Comicsgate for a while and I've been looking for a while. I would consider myself one of the most hardcore extremist Christians that exists in Comicsgate. I have opinions that sometimes I just don't even express because they would offend the vast majority of people, not just people in Comicsgate, like most people. I'm very extremist, but at the same time, I'm here saying that other people should be allowed to have their opinion in Comicsgate, even if it disagrees with mine, especially if it disagrees with mine.
Dr. Ben ducked out during that because he knew
He'll be back. He's probably
he knew where you were going.
Yeah, he's probably just having some technical issues. He'll be back.
Well,
let me finish real quick.
Okay.
What I'm saying, Wilberforce, is that there is a certain point at which you need to identify people as being anti-freedom of speech. And this anti-CG, as Carbon has labeled it, they are in fact against the freedom of speech. They want freedom of speech for selectively a certain group of people, whether that be conservative Christians, whether it be yada, 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 it doesn't matter. The point is that they're not actually in favor of everybody being allowed to speak their opinion, regardless of whether or not it agrees with the people around them. Okay, go ahead, Carbon.
Yeah, and just to add to that point, because that's a clear reaction to what I'm saying. Is that like, oh, there's no groups, and you're kind of just drawing lines. And let me scale it back a little bit, because obviously I was being a little bit dramatic before, and I'm having fun with it also. There's a little bit of kayfabe involved. I'm having fun with it. It's not that serious at the end of the day, obviously. But there's some truth, there's truth to what I'm saying, because look at the live streams that have been going on. You have these groups complaining about the Kings and the mainline CG, and it's true. Matt Barr, for better or worse, he is leading this kind of hashtag. He started the hashtag "This is Comicsgate" whenever he encounters something that he thinks is reprehensible, that he thinks is something that can be is punishable, essentially. And as a result, these people are drawing the lines. I'm not drawing the lines, dude. These lines are being drawn by these people already. I'm identifying it. I'm telling you guys this is happening and that I'm reacting. That's the very reason I went on that stream. That was weeks ago. That was like a month ago. That stream that is getting EFAP'd. I saw this happening, and I was responding to Matt. I said, "Look, dude, I disagree with you hashtagging this." And then he said, "Oh, come and debate me," and hence it happened. So, and then
come and debate me and my fucking
I
5
couldn't figure out
lackeys.
whatever.
Yeah. And by the way, I challenge him to another debate on neutral ground. When I have a crystal clear mic, it's going to sound beautiful. It's going to sound like Frank Sinatra singing "My Way" into the mic when I'm talking to you, Matt. But here's the thing: you can't bring on any of your henchmen. No henchmen, no lackeys to assist you. It's just you and me. And I know you won't do it, by the way, because
I think you should hit up Dark Gift for that. I think that'd be your
Dark would be good. But Matt won't do it because you know why? He knows he's gonna lose. I'm sorry to say, it, Matt. I could tell your IQ is under 100. So I know you're gonna lose. But it's an open challenge. Let's see if you accept it, Matt.
Mr. Self-Destruct says, "Is it fun? Was that debate, quote unquote, fun? Are those in that group worth fighting for?" He kind of has a similar opinion to the one I have.
Oh, he's asking me. Was that debate fun?
Well, yeah, you were the one who did the debate.
Debate fun.
Well, I mean, it wasn't fun in the sense of like, oh, I'm happy and I'm having a good time. But it was fun in the sense that I was able to spar against some points that I knew I could defeat. So I would compare it to a sparring match more so than a fun activity, because I knew that it was a challenge I could face and win. Now here's the thing: Matt thinks he won. He won. Matt and Wiggle. Oh yeah, we schooled. He said that they schooled me. He wrote that on Twitter. Now obviously they're biased because oh yeah, no, we got them. Here's how I'll put it. Rather than saying, one side won over the other, I'll say this. I gave you guys rope to hang yourselves with because you showed your true colors. When I questioned your nonsense, and then you basically showed that you just want to destroy CG, you want to be destructive, you have nothing to add except being negative, I gave you rope to hang yourselves with. That's what happened. So you basically they defeated themselves in that debate. That's how I'll put it.
Chuck Reardon says debating them can be a good way to shut down their bullshit and show the truth of their lies.
I mean,
That's true.
yeah.
I mean, well, that's the only way you can do that. Sorry, go ahead, Dr. Ben.
Yeah, just like when you debate someone, like it'll, in theory, like one of you might like change your mind, might be convinced to the other debate, or a neutral party who's trying to decide would be like, oh, okay, obviously I should do this because their debate made so much sense, or or I should do, what the other side did or whatever it does.
Well, it's kind of like the Trump versus Biden debate that just happened recently, right?
Mm-hmm.
That debate, Trump, he took a back seat. He let Biden show that he was incapable of being coherent, right? He took a step back and he goes, Biden, why don't you talk and let's hear what you have to say. And everybody saw, okay, Biden, you're not coherent. You're not making any sense. And we no longer have faith in you as a leader. And I think that's a great strategy in terms of debates sometimes. So that's what happened. That's my analogy to that.
Katie also says, that's not Katie. Frost Comics is a good place too. Katie. Oh my God. I'm sorry, Katie. 2 is spelled with T-O-O. Like, girl, come on. If you're gonna post in my chat, you're gonna use correct grammar. Anyway, Chuck Ridden says when they go unchallenged, people start to believe them because they may or may not hear the opposite side. He's correct about that. And so is Katie, even though she didn't correctly spell 2. But anyway,
That's how it starts.
I know, right? They start not using double O's in the 2, and then they just go on to full Marxism. That's how it starts.
Chuck Reardon, thank you for saying that, dude. Because that is so true. He said can you put that up, Pat?
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry. Laughing at my own joke.
Yeah. When they go unchallenged, people start to believe them because they might not hear the opposite side. That has been so true in the last 20 years. When it comes, Pat, come on.
I'm just shut up. I'm sorry.
Pat, this has happened in the last 20 years on a lot of talking points where I'm just going to say it, conservatives and Christians and Catholics have decided to take the higher road and say, I'm not going to fight. And they stayed silent. And the silent majority had decided to go, I'm not even going to fight with these extremists, right? And then in the meantime, the extremist view gets perpetuated and it continues and it grows and it festers. And it's pretty much the same as Dr. Ben's amazing book right there called Silent.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And go to Dr. Ben's channel and buy Silent. But anyway, it all connects to that line I said earlier. Evil prevails when the good fails to act. I think about that in my life more so recently than ever before, dude, because now more than ever, dude, it's true. Like, if you're just gonna live in your bubble and enjoy, like, you're fine in your comforts, and like, all right, it's not gonna ruin my life, so I'm not gonna speak up or try to change anything. Yeah, evil's gonna prevail because you're failing to speak up and refute it and show, hey, this is gonna destroy society, essentially, and the world. So
yeah.
That's
You're not wrong. Chuck Reardon says, thank you for dealing with them, Carbon Heart. I think he's not only referring to those other people, but also to me and Dr. Ben on this stream here. Also, I don't know if you knew this, Carbon, but I'm almost 95% certain that the person who said that about evil prevails and good men do nothing, I'm almost 100% certain, almost 100%, I might be wrong, that he was Catholic. And also, I love how you differentiated between Christians and Catholics, even though we're like the original Christians. But it's okay. It's all right. It's okay.
Yes, I'm aware of that. And I always do say Catholics and Christians.
I know,
Yeah,
it's funny.
Yeah, no, because I'm aware of that difference.
What is the difference? We're the real ones. You guys are like, anyway, never mind. Demons run when a good man goes to war.
Are you?
No, we're not talking religion tonight, okay? We're talking comic books
All right,
or
well,
drama or
listen.
Deadpool. We haven't
Yeah,
talked
listen,
anything
Maggie.
about Deadpool.
We're friends, Patrick. We're friends. Okay? There's no. As long as you believe in Jesus, we're good.
No, I do. I'm just saying, like, the Catholic Church is the original Christian church.
Oh, I know that. Oh, yeah, it is. It is.
That's all I'm saying.
But anyway, that's a whole different topic.
I didn't say you guys were posers. That's what other people said. I'm just kidding. I'm joking.
Not a Catholic.
I'm joking. Okay.
Definitely not Catholic.
No, but legitimately, Chuck Ridden's right, and I also feel the same way. Because to be honest with you, I have no interest in speaking to these people. I don't care. First of all, I don't give a fuck what their opinions are. I'm here to make comic books. That's really what it comes down to. Like, I'll hear about this new shit with Matt Barr, and I'll be like, oh, cool. Some losers talking some shit. I'm here to make comic books. So I appreciate that there are other people who like that fight. You know what I mean?
Well,
who want to go
apparently-
in and fight other people
You're
for the
lucky.
good of everybody else.
You're lucky, Patrick, that you're in the position of being general where you can sit back and let me, Colonel, and all the infantrymen fight the battle.
Right.
Because let me tell you something, if we don't fight this battle, your book's not going to go anywhere. If we don't fight this battle,
Oh, my book really didn't go anywhere the first time.
No,
anyway,
well,
so.
but you get the metaphor. You get the metaphor.
I know. Go ahead.
We're fighting this battle of telling these motherfuckers about, CG, and that you can't try. They're trying to destroy these CG, dude. That's basically what's happening. It's another war campaign, essentially.
Yeah. It's a more gay, more faggy war campaign. Those are two separate insults.
A lot of people,
by the way. Being gay,
a lot of
being
people are
faggy
not
two
aware of
entirely
this.
separate insults when it comes from me.
They're not. A lot of people are not aware of this. They're ignoring it. Ethan, John, and them. They're being like, oh, I'm just gonna ignore these guys because they're nothing. That I get that move, but it's growing. It's growing and it's pulling people away. It's another war campaign. They need to be struck down. They need to be pushed against.
Not in a sexual way. Mr. Frederick Lamont says, what's on the top of your pile right now? Something I'm ashamed to say I have not read quite yet. I got it 2 days ago. I just have not had time with work and everything. Dragon Rage by Jimmy Reyes.
Nice.
I'm actually super excited to read this, and I legitimately have not had any time to read it. So I feel bad about that coming into this stream without having read it. But at the same time, that wasn't even a subject we were gonna talk about. So Mr. Perfect says Carbon Heart is bulletproof. That he is. That's why I sent him off on all these missions. See, him going on all those streams and stuff was totally my idea. It had nothing to do with his own autonomy. It was like I told him to do it and he did it. So that's a joke, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who don't know, Carbon Heart went out of his own way to defend Comicsgate against these I'm not going to call them degenerates because they haven't shown that yet. But these people who are hell-bent on destroying Comicsgate. He went out there in good faith and did not receive good faith. And, we're not talking about good faith criticism and all that. We're talking about like, hey, are we here to actually discuss the issue at hand? And they were not, and he was. And so that's where we're at right now. We've got a goddamn hero. If I had a Medal of Honor to give you, Carbon, I'd give it to you.
Thank you for that, Patrick. Let me just say, I want to share a brief clip with you guys. Can I share?
Please.
And after this, I'm done because I know we got to move on. Let's talk about Deadpool and the topics. Hold on a second.
honestly, I'll probably end it pretty soon after this. If I'm going to be honest with you guys, I have to go to work tomorrow, and I have a lot of things I need to do before I do that. So I know that we were going to talk about Deadpool and Wolverine. I do want to, but at the same time, I kind of want to talk about spoilers. So it'd be better for me to wait till next week anyway, so people can see it, and then we can talk about all that stuff. So
What?
without further ado,
You're ducking out already? It's early, man.
it is early, I know, but it's a weird situation at work where I've got this guy who's new, and he takes fucking forever to do everything. So I have to be like, I got to be at. Oh, see, Mr. Self-Destruct says, I haven't slept for 22 hours. You're different than me, okay, dude? You don't sleep. We all know you don't sleep. We'll see how long we go here, okay? But, okay, go ahead, Carl.
Yeah.
These people are not powerful. Satan can't create anything. That includes blessings for his people. That's why, you know what the number one job of somebody that sold their soul in Hollywood is? Is to act like it didn't happen. They all do the same job. Why do you think Gary Owen can't cross over and he already white and been in comedy for 25 years? If what I say ain't the case. It's a cabal. It's a consortium. They rock with who they rock with and they don't with who they don't. But I'm not scared of being the competition any more than you were when you lined up across from a superior team. Yeah, on paper, they're a better team. Right. They have all the assets and resources and we don't. But let us get on the line, boy, and see if that factors in. I guarantee you it won't. Wow.
So, Carbon, explain like, I understand. I've watched that whole interview. Explain what you were trying to say with that.
So, yeah, that I tell anybody who's on here right now, watch that whole interview. And apparently, for 2024, that was a big turning point because Cat Williams mentioned things about the Hollywood industry and overall entertainment industry, the corruption and the cult-like nature of it that has already been started to get proven. He mentioned P. Diddy before P. Diddy was investigated, by the way. He brought up Puff Daddy Sean Combs before he got investigated, so that turned out to be true. And there's a bunch of great moments in that interview. That one moment where he goes, Satan cannot create anything. I love it because he's referring to how anybody who is essentially giving up their morality or their values or their principles to gain something in the industry, as far as he knows, had to give up a lot in their life, and that it ended up pushing a message of Satanism from their work, and also they couldn't ever admit that that's how they gained it, right? So he said, what's the one thing in common about all these people? They never say how they got it. They never said how they achieved this, and it was all through this deal that they had to make. Now, and we're going into conspiracy theory territory here, but that Cat Williams interview was big, dude. He had some powerful lines there.
Oh yeah,
and basically that one line is so great though. Satan cannot create anything, and that includes blessings for his people. Which means if you look for a blessing from Satan, that's not a blessing. It's actually a curse. That's the meaning of that line.
Yeah.
Satan does not create blessings.
Yeah.
Only God does. Yeah. So, and he had other great lines. So anybody look that up and watch it.
Who was that? What was that guy's name that he was that was interviewing him? Was it start with an SH, I want to say. Shanty. I don't know.
I forget also. Let me look it up.
Let me look it up real quick.
Poor bastard, actually.
Because the chat was asking, and I want to let them know because it is actually a fantastic interview.
Shannon Sharp.
Shannon Sharp. Okay.
Shannon
Perfect.
Sharp.
Thank you.
Matt Williams and Shannon Sharp. Yeah.
He's got his own. Shay Grogu says yes. That's correct. He's got his own YouTube channel. That interview is on Shannon Sharp's YouTube channel. Everybody should go watch that because it's wild. It truly is wild. But I feel like that's a subject for like a whole night itself.
Well, what mainly reminded me of that interview was the whole idea of evil prevails when the good fails to act. Because he had another line, I couldn't find it though, because no one clipped it. Because he said liars. He basically said liars should not be given the leeway to continue lying without being confronted with the truth. And he had such a good moment where he said that. That's essentially what I'm saying with the good and evil. You need to confront the lies.
Look at this guy. You see, Carbon, you were doubting Mr. Self-Destruct earlier. He's on the ball. He's sharing the full interview of what you were just showing.
No, I know he's good people. No, I know his intentions are good. Tonight he felt the temptation, but he's good now. Apparently, he's fine.
To talk about dicks, right? I'm sorry, Dr. Ben, were you going to say something?
Well, I was like, I don't know if like Carbon, do you want to do you want to stay on the live, like do like another live stream after this, or do you got to go too?
No, I'm good to keep going, bro. Are you gonna stream? I'll join yours.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like setting, like I've got one, hold on.
Yeah, man.
I'll put the,
yeah, I'm sorry.
Is there a way
I do have to go.
Is there a way we can put it, like, did you see before when they go, like, they make it so all the people watching one channel go to like the other one? Have you ever seen that or no?
Bro, we got 10 people watching this channel. You can just tell them.
Right. Well, like
everybody here right now. Yo, Ben, what's your channel's name?
Well, here I got the.
Yeah, put the link in the chat.
I just posted. Let's see. I don't know if they can click that or not.
But yeah, your channel's called Dr. Ben, though, right?
No, it's at Comicsgate.
Oh, Comicsgate. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, comics with the X, Comics.
Yeah, man, send me the link on Twitter.
Right.
Let's go, folks. Head on over to Dr. Ben's channel featuring Carbon Heart tonight. Thank you all so much for coming on tonight. I really appreciate it. I especially appreciate Frederick Gaumont. I'm just going to call him out tonight because, I don't know, I want to make everybody else jealous. And also, he's got a great name. Thanks for coming on, everybody.
Frederick Gaumont.
Next week, when I know that everybody who wants to see Deadpool will have watched it by then.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Carbon, because I did kind of make you see it in time for this show, so I apologize for that.
I did watch it.
It makes me feel any better. I saw it a second time last night just for this show.
I'm sure you loved it.
I also didn't want to interrupt the conversation.
You're a huge Deadpool fan. I'm sure.
Yeah, we'll talk about it next week. Yeah, I really am. But I really didn't want to interrupt. First of all, in real life, this week was about you. And I didn't want to upstage you and not talk about this whole situation regarding all of this stuff with Katie did and your debate with Matt Barr and all that. So I really wanted to focus on that tonight, and I'm glad we were able to. I'm glad we got to talk about all that and really, really lay into it. And so it's just an unfortunate thing where I do have to work tomorrow, so I don't want to, I've got to go get ready. I got to get things going here.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of late for me too.
No worries.
But I'm sorry again for making you watch that movie in time for this, but we'll watch it all. We'll talk about it.
Everybody saw that
we'll watch
movie.
it all.
Are you kidding me? Everybody went to see that movie. It's the biggest movie.
Okay.
Right now,
I didn't know. I didn't. There was a weird there was a weird dichotomy on it. Like I felt like some people were like, fuck Deadpool and Wolverine. It's a Marvel movie. And then there were some people who were like, I'm gonna go watch it because it's Ryan Reynolds. That's how I felt. Like it wasn't really a Marvel movie to me. It was more
honestly, I feel like by
Fox
next week
slash.
I feel like by next week everybody will have seen it because it's huge. Like everybody's talking about it.
Yeah.
So.
And at the same time, there's a lot of great like cameos in that I don't want to spoil, but I do want to talk about. So next week, I feel like we'll be completely safe. Anybody who wants to have watched it will have watched it, and we'll just move on with our lives. You know what I mean? So, and that's real life, as Mr. Self-Destruct and Shane Davis says. Thank you all so much for coming out tonight. Thank you guys for coming out tonight. I will say there was one question though that I wanted to ask you.